Okay, so you want to travel smart, huh? Well, let's talk off-season adventures.
You've heard the rumors, right? Like
Right.
empty beaches in peak season or European getaways that don't break the bank.
Well, today we're diving into your source material on off-season travel to uncover the truth about these so-called travel hacks.
And let me tell you, there are some real hidden gems in here. Get ready to experience the world like a pro.
But first things first, we got to decode the travel lingo. Like peak season.
That's when everyone and their mother is fighting for a spot on the beach.
Right.
Then there's shoulder season.
It's like that breath of fresh air right before the crowds hit. Still nice out, but way more peaceful.
And then there's the off season, where the real magic happens.
And the best part is that the off season is like this moving target. It changes for every destination.
It's all about finding those unique rhythms. You know what I mean?
Think about it. A place's off season depends on things like weather, local holidays, even stuff like school breaks. It can turn a usually packed city into a peaceful escape.
Or the other way around.
Exactly.
So most people are totally missing out on the best times to travel.
Without a doubt. Take the Caribbean, for example.
A lot of folks think winter getaways, but summer and fall, which are usually considered the off-season because of hurricane season, actually often have amazing deals.
Just imagine secluded beaches, that warm Caribbean sun, and you're paying a fraction of what you would in December.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Everyone loves saving money.
And our research showed that traveling during the off-season can save you up to 50% on flights and hotels.
Wow.
I mean, that's not chump change. We're talking about a whole level up for your travel experience.
Exactly. That's more money to spend on incredible experiences,
Right.
like trying that fancy restaurant or even staying a few extra days. It's about making the most of your budget without skimping on the good stuff.
Okay, so picture this. You're in Venice, right? But not during the crazy tourist season.
Instead, the whole city is covered in this mystical winter fog.
I love that.
You're walking through those famous squares practically alone, just listening to the water splash against the gondolas.
No selfie sticks, no waiting in line for an hour to get a drink. Just pure Venetian magic.
It's like stepping back in time. You get to experience these incredible places without the chaos.
Mhm.
You can actually soak up the atmosphere and the little details instead of just rushing from one landmark to the next.
Isn't that what travel is all about? Really experiencing a place.
It reminds me of something I read in one of the articles about how off-season travel helps you connect with local life.
You're more likely to just strike up conversations and have these authentic interactions with people.
It's true. Think about being in Iceland during winter.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold. But the Northern Lights are just the beginning.
You could explore ice caves, relax in hot springs under a sky full of stars, or even go dog sledding.
Those are the kind of memories that stay with you forever. Talk about a
Wow.
story to tell at your next dinner party. Oh, this old thing. Yeah, that's just a little souvenir from that time I went dog sledding under the Northern Lights.
And because there aren't as many tourists around, you're more likely to stumble across those hidden gems.
Yeah.
You know,
Like those little cafes that only locals know about. Or maybe even a local festival that's not on any of the tourist maps.
now that's what I'm talking about. Those are the experiences you just can't get during peak seasons. Like you've got a backstage pass to the real deal.
Exactly. But we gotta be real for a sec. Off-season travel has its quirks just like any adventure.
Weather can be a big one.
Oh, tell me about it.
You might get lucky with sunshine in December, or you might end up digging out that extra sweater you packed just in case.
Which is why packing for the off-season is like a game of travel Tetris. Am I right?
Layers are key. Think light raincoat, cozy fleece, and a good sense of humor for whatever Mother Nature throws your way.
Being resourceful is super important. Imagine you finally get to that adorable seaside town, but some of the restaurants have changed their hours.
Instead of getting bummed out, think of it as an opportunity.
Okay, I like the way you think.
Maybe you discover this incredible family-run trattoria tucked away on a side street with the best pasta you've ever had.
See, now that's a win-win. I'll take a local hotspot over a crowded tourist trap any day. Speaking of delicious discoveries, I'm ready to get into some specific destinations.
All this talk about off-season travel have me feeling inspired.
Let's go back to Venice for a sec. We talk about its winter charm, but there's so much more to explore.
Like imagine experiencing carnival season in Venice. Not with tons of tourists, but like a local Eure. You're walking with all these people in elaborate costumes, just soaking up the energy without the crazy crowds.
I'm already looking at slides. Hold on. What was that thing you mentioned earlier about Aqua Alta?
What exactly is it?
Ah, yes, Aqua Alta. It's basically when Venice experiences high tides. It happens sometimes, especially in the winter.
It might sound kind of inconvenient, but picture this. Parts of the city are literally underwater. These walkways are submerged, creating this bizarre and kind of magical atmosphere.
Okay, that sounds pretty amazing. And what about those photo ops?
Don't even get me started. Priceless.
Okay, I see your point. Now, for those of us who want a little more sunshine with our off-season adventures, where should we go?
The Caribbean is calling your name. While most people flock there in the winter, the summer and fall months, which are considered the off-season by some, offer a different kind of beauty.
Think about it. Secluded beaches, crystal clear water warmed by the summer sun. Plus, you'll probably find amazing deals on those overwater bungalows or beachfront villas.
Hold up. Are you saying I could have a luxurious Caribbean vacation for a fraction of the normal price? Sign me up.
And don't forget about all the local festivals and events that happen exclusively during the off-season.
Just make sure to pack a light raincoat because those tropical showers can be quite the show.
Speaking of spectacular, we can't forget about Iceland. It's like another world even without all the tourists. So what's it like during the quieter months?
Picture this. You're in Iceland in the winter, driving through these amazing snowy landscapes. The only sound you hear is the crunch of your tires on the frozen ground. And then, as night falls, the sky explodes with the northern lights.
But it's not just about the aurora. You could explore ice caves, go on a dog sledding adventure, or even unwind in those geothermal pools with a sky full of stars above you.
Okay, you had me at dog sledding under the stars. I am so there. But let's say I'm looking for something a little more cultural, a chance to really immerse myself in a different way of life. Is there an off-season spot for that?
You know, Southeast Asia during its rainy season is actually really cool.
I know what you're thinking, rainy season? No thanks. But it's not constant downpours like you might imagine.
Yeah, it rains, but it's usually these quick showers, and then boom, the sun's back out, which makes everything so green and lush.
So less washout and more like emerald green paradise then.
Exactly. Imagine ancient temples with mist rising off of them, or these vibrant markets filled with the smell of spices after the rain.
You could be relaxing in a local cafe listening to the rain outside. And the best part, way fewer tourists.
I was just going to say, you'd practically have these incredible places all to yourself. And probably at a lower cost, too, right?
You got it. Lower prices, fewer crowds, and a completely different experience. That's the beauty of the off-season.
This is seriously making me rethink how I plan my vacations. So for anyone listening who's ready to give off-season travel a try, what are your top tips for making the most of it?
Research is key. Think of it like you're planning a big expedition. You wouldn't hike through the Amazon without a map, would you?
Not a chance. I'd need snacks, a compass, probably a whole team of experts. With me, just to do research, of course.
Exactly. Look up the historical weather for your travel dates. Check the hours for attractions. See if any local festivals or events are happening while you're there. That way you can pack the right stuff and be ready for anything.
So speaking of being ready for anything, should we be going into off-season trips with more of a go-with-the-flow attitude?
Being flexible is huge. That's one of the best things about off-season travel. You have all this room for spontaneity.
Like maybe your boat trip gets canceled because the water's too rough, but hey, now you have time to explore that cute little fishing village you passed on the way.
Now that's what I call an adventure. It's all about saying yes to the unexpected.
Exactly. And while you're embracing those detours, don't forget to tap into the power of local knowledge.
Oh yeah, locals are the best travel guides.
They sure are.
They'll know about the hidden cafes with the killer views, the secret hiking trails, even the tiny shops where you can find one-of-a-kind souvenirs. You won't find that stuff in any guidebook.
Exactly. Don't be shy about striking up conversations with locals and asking for recommendations. They love sharing their favorite spots and helping you experience their home like a true local.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from the magic of off-season travel to the little hiccups you might encounter and the keys to making it unforgettable. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. What hidden gems, what incredible experiences are waiting for you when you ditch the crowds and explore the world during its quieter moments?
Think of this as your official invitation to experience travel in a whole new way. Less crowded, a little more unpredictable, and way more rewarding.
I'm feeling inspired to start planning my next off-season adventure right now. Until next time, happy travels, everyone.